This is the M4 CSL. It's so fast. And I'm in Palm Springs, California. The first thing you notice when you get in is that the seats are fixed. They look like the same seats you'll find in an M4 competition, and they're similar, but they're completely fixed bottoms. The next thing you notice is how loud it is in here. If I'm talking too loud, it's because it's very loud in here. There's like no sound deadening at all, which, for better and worse, I mean, it's cool because it feels very raw. You know, you get a ton of road noise and wind noise. You can hear that engine, the exhaust, and that titanium exhaust. It sounds really good. This Canyon Road, by the way, is one of the best I've ever driven. It's absolutely amazing. And the front end of this car is just mighty. It is so good. It just absolutely refuses to understeer. And there's so much power. For the most part, the same S58 engine as you'll find in the M4 competition, just with 543 horsepower. It's a little punchier than that, to be honest with you. I mean, it's really potent. I'm in 4th gear, and I have plenty of power. Like, going into 3rd would just be madness. I'd be all over the place. What makes this car so special is that, one, it's lighter than the normal M4, so it's only about 3,600 pounds. So this is quite a bit lighter and more powerful. But I think the key here is, you know, and its suspension has been retuned, and it's, you know, it's got different steering, and it's got, you know, different subframe bushings and all that stuff. It's been tighter, more focused. But I think the real kicker here, the real champion of this car are these tires, these Michelin Cup 2R tires. They're incredibly difficult to get. So if you have one of these, don't expect to find replacements anytime soon. If you blow out a tire, they're very, very difficult to get. But they are amazing. The grip level is it's outrageous. The front end bites so hard. It's kind of shocking. You have to like almost recalibrate your brain to how quickly the front end responds. It's just insane. The suspension is really firm. Like, it's really, really firm. This is a very, very stiff car. I mean, it's finding bumps in the road. Like, I've been up and down this road all day long in various different cars, and I'm feeling bumps in this I never felt in other cars. Like, it's finding them. And the engine is so, like, it's so aggressive. It's so aggressively tuned. Even in its efficient mode, it's pretty aggressive. I put it in sport, and it's too much for the regular road, like for regular roads. Now I'm in sport. I have it in sport engine, comfort chassis, because I don't want to be bouncing off bumps, so I have it in comfort chassis, steering sport, and brake sport. Gear shifts are good. ZF 8-speed like you'd get in the M4 competition, so it's good, but I barely had to shift. I'm in 4th gear the whole time because I have plenty of power. So why do you buy an M4 CSL? It's a tough question, honestly, because there are a lot of cars like this for similar money. So why do you buy the M4 CSL over, say, Porsche 911 GT3, which is a little bit more than this, a little bit more money, or Porsche Cayman GT4 RS, which is, I think, maybe a little bit less than this? Why do you buy this over those cars? Interesting question, because this doesn't have a special engine. Like the GT3 has, you know, that 4-liter flat 6, you know, revs to 9,000. It's naturally aspirated. Same with the GT4 RS. That's the same engine. It's a special GT3 engine. Whereas this is the M3 and M4 engine. You can get this with 473 horsepower in the regular M3 with a manual. So this is an M4 engine just tuned a little bit more. It's the same transmission as you get in the M4 competition. I think that a lot of customers will like this, and I'm sure BMW will sell every single one of the 1,000 that they're going to make. They're not going to have a problem selling these. So buyer's advice is pretty idiotic, to be honest with you. But I'm just trying to figure out where this fits. And I think customers, the ones that do buy this, are going to appreciate its kind of raw, psychopathic feeling, because it's very precise, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it has that same like GT3-like precision. This is more brutal. It's raw, it's violent. And I think customers are going to buy it for that reason, and they're going to appreciate its rawness, its violence. It's brutal and angry, and it feels like it wants to kind of kill you all the time. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. It's funny, it's an incredibly capable car. There's so much grip. There's so much mechanical grip from the suspension. There's so much tire grip from the Cup 2Rs. It's an incredibly stable, incredibly capable machine. But at the same time, it's so powerful, and it sends so much torque to those rear wheels. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very, very, very good. I mean, it's a really, really fun car right now. But so is the M4 Comp. That's a really fun car too. The steering, from a feel standpoint, I think it weights up better than most modern BMWs. When you turn the wheel, you get a little bit more, like the weight increases as you add lock just a little bit. It's still pretty video gamey, but I think it's better than most modern M cars. I will say this, there is one big improvement from the regular car to the CSL, and that is the sound. The titanium exhaust must make a big difference because it sounds much better in here. Like, I'm even at a droney RPM right now because I'm trying to use engine braking to slow down the hill rather than overheat. Well, I can't overheat these brakes, it's carbon ceramics, but I'm trying to use engine braking to slow down the hill. So I'm at a droney pitch right now. And it's still not bad. It sounds better than the M4, for sure. It's definitely a better sounding car.
The BMW M4 CSL is an unusual car for me. In some ways, it's brilliant. Its levels of grip are astonishing. Its raw, violent, often terrifying nature makes it fun in the same way skydiving is fun, and it's brutally fast. The BMW M2 CS and the M5 CS were so good you could almost never imagine driving their standard versions again. But the M4 CSL just feels like a less refined, tuned version of the M4 competition, an already outstanding car. Will that realistically matter? No. BMW is going to sell every one of the 1,000 that will be made. But it's my job to judge the M4 CSL objectively, and I'm just not quite sure it feels special enough to justify its legendary nameplate.